Hi there, Keith here with another video blog. Do you remember when you were little? Maybe some of you watching this still are, I don't know, but remember when you were a little kid and you couldn't wait for the holidays? For myself, it was Christmas. Couldn't wait for Christmas when I was a little boy to unwrap those gifts under the tree. What were they? What was inside of them? Was I finally getting my little Knight Rider talking car? Was I getting a Nintendo? Was I getting, what was I getting? Couldn't wait to unwrap it and find out. Well, I've grown up now, but I gotta tell you something. For the last few days, I've been feeling like that kid at Christmas, as I couldn't wait to see The Dark Knight Rises, which for me was probably the most anticipated movie of the year, and I'm sure for a lot of you as well. Well, today I got to unwrap that gift. Quite frankly, I'm standing here in front of you, about 3:20 Eastern Time, just coming back from the midnight show, and I gotta tell you, I love what I've unwrapped. Now, let's play a game. Apparently I say I gotta tell you a lot, so let's make this a drinking game. Every time I say that, take a drink. And if I have you drunk by the end of this review, I apologize in advance. But let's get back to this movie. Now, a lot of times when you go and you see a movie, it's for the actors that are in them. So, for example, a few weeks back, Magic Mike came out. I know a lot of my female friends, and some of my male friends too, quite frankly, were very excited about seeing this movie. They were excited about seeing Channing Tatum and Matthew McConaughey and Jester Skivvies running around. And that's cool. And I know a few weeks from now when Total Recall comes out with Jessica Biel and Kate Beckinsale, a lot of my male friends, and quite frankly possibly some of my female friends, are going to be excited about seeing them running around on the screen. My point is that a lot of times movies are driven, and the excitement's driven by the actors and the actresses that are in them. And as much as I've been anticipating The Dark Knight Rises, I've got to say that the reason that I've been anticipating it isn't so much for the fact that Christian Bale's going to have his third turn as Batman, or Academy Award winner Morgan Freeman's going to be in it, or Gary Oldman, or Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Marion Cotillard, Anne Hathaway, or the rest of this fantastic cast. Quite frankly, it's because of the director and the vision of Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is an absolute genius. I've loved a lot of his movies, from Memento to The Dark Knight to Inception. Movies that what I would not consider to be cookie-cutter movies. Movies that are somewhat unpredictable, that leave you questioning things, talking it over with your friends, wanting to go back to see it again because you want to see what you've missed. And he does it again with this movie. I don't want to get into too many plot points with this movie because I don't want to give too much away. What I will say, though, is that this is a movie that should not be missed. At the end of the day, I'm giving this movie an A. The reason I'm giving it an A and not an A+, quite frankly, is because of the character Bane, played magnificently by Tom Hardy. I found myself at a lot of times struggling through the movie to understand what he was saying. He speaks with a mask, and a lot of times his voice was muffled, and I felt that could have been cleared up just a little bit. And I felt that the distraction of trying to understand what he was saying at many times took away from the movie. But it didn't take away so much that I can't tell you that I didn't enjoy the cinematography. I didn't enjoy the action scenes. Absolutely loved the cinematography, absolutely loved the action scenes. I think I fell in love with Anne Hathaway today, as she's probably the best Catwoman that we've seen in a long time. And with all due respect to Halle Berry, I don't really think she had big shoes to fill. Somewhere in Hollywood right now, or somewhere in the States, I'm sure Michelle Pfeiffer is sipping some wine, looking at this review and saying, that Keith's a pretty cool guy. And you know what? I gotta admit, Anne Hathaway was a badass Catwoman as well. Christian Bale's Dark Knight Batman character is fantastic. I mean, he does an awesome job in it. But again, what draws me into this movie isn't necessarily who's playing Batman, not shortchanging him, but it's the movie itself. This movie was very exciting. Basic plot: Bruce Wayne's been away for 8 years. This movie takes place 8 years since The Dark Knight in movie time. He's kind of hung up the cape. He's done away with Batman. He's still very sad over the death of Rachel. Then with the emergence of Bane and his presence in Gotham, it basically resurrects Bruce Wayne's interest in becoming the Caped Crusader. That's all I'm going to give you. The only other things that I'm going to give you is this is a fantastic movie. I think it's probably one of the best superhero movies that I've seen in a long time. And you know me, I've seen them all. I saw the Avengers this year and I thought to myself, Marvel did an absolutely fantastic job with this movie, with everything they had to live up to. I'm somewhat shocked that a lot of people are saying that this movie was overhyped. Nothing could be farther from the truth. This movie kicked ass. This movie blew my mind and I can't wait to go back and see it again. Do yourselves a favor and go check out The Dark Knight Rises. This movie wasn't overhyped. Perhaps it wasn't hyped enough. Anyways, as always, you can catch me on Twitter, CFL_fan, or you can check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/WhittyWhittier. Just because I know some people are holding onto their beer bottles right now, I'll say this one more time. I gotta tell you, I love this movie. Thanks so much for checking out my review. I am back, just like The Dark Knight, this Dark Knight, telling you to go see that Dark Knight because it was awesome. And you know what? I'll see you at the movies.